Maybe this is a good like segue into like strategy, and let me define strategy for the listener of like what I think it
Mhm.
is, and based off my understanding of like the thought leadership of like good strategy, bad strategy. Like that's probably the definitive book on like what strategy actually is, and um, I'll use an anecdote to kind of outline what strategy is not. Right, so I was working on like I was working with like this product leader, not technical. Honestly, there's I kind of one of my professional icks is this persona that is in tech because tech's like the hot thing, and you tech companies have like really strong financial
Right.
arbitrage, but they don't really bring anything to the table on the how.
Mhm.
And so this like they're really good at like spinning up this vision. I think like the perfect archetype for
Mhm.
this is Adam Newman at WeWork, where he was a
Mm.
really great
Mhm.
storyteller, right? But yeah, so like had like this Adam Newman type product leader that I was working with, and I'd be demoing concepts and designs, and then he's like, no, 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 like our goal is to big, broad, vision, and then I'm like, cool, yeah, I'm aligned with that. That's why I'm at this company. But how? You know, but
That's where
how
strategy and tactics
though?
come in.
Yes,
Mhm.
exactly. That's what strategy
Mhm.
is like you have like a thesis
Mhm.
on how to allocate resources and like what to execute
Mhm.
against. And then also let me talk about execution and tactics. Tactics is part of the
Yeah,
strategy. Like the actually tactics is
it's
the
how you fulfill
strategy.
on it.
Like it's like yeah, and then execution's actually doing
Mhm.
it. And so people talk about execution being like documenting and writing PRDs on tactics. It's like no, it's actually
No,
like
it's
like
that's
doing
designing
the
it and
thing.
developing it and writing the code. That's designing it and
Yeah.
developing it and writing the code and like doing it. Yeah. And then you might have it, right?
Mhm.
Like agile is my methodology, be like, well, that's a tactic. Agile is a tactic technically. It's a way of achieving that goal that leads into that strategy and that supports that vision.
Yeah, and it's also like, sometimes like, I mean, and I don't wanna beat the dead horse. It's something I'm very passionate
Mhm.
about though, is that agile, is a headless tactic
Yeah.
usually, right? It's just for like doing something for the sake of something is not
No,
strategy.
that's what I was saying about AI. It's just like that. You don't do it just to do it.
Mhm,
You want to make sure that you're applying the proper methodology and process and workflow to achieve what you want in an efficient way because there's cost and
mhm.
time.
There's no free
And
lunch.
time is very precious. So that's some of the reasoning for that. And I really wish I grew up in a time period where all the business leaders read Sun Tzu, Art of War, and Musashi Book of Five Rings. I kind of want to go back to that. I really wish there was some. I really
Yeah.
wish there was some more. And the reason I say this is because some people may not like that because those are militaristic treaties, but the reality is there's a lot of wisdom in those, and I think we're losing that. I think we're losing it anyway because a lot of senior leadership are not hanging out at companies like they used to either. There's that.
Yeah, they're, using roles as, like, arbitrage opportunities for the next
Yeah.
role to increase their
Hmm.
income, and that's, like, that's a part of my ick is that, a lot of, especially like product leaders, that I've only met a few that have been able to, like, dictate, like, a
Hmm.
thesis of, like, how they think we should allocate resources. The rest are just kind of like, "Oh, I came from this big brand, and,
We did it that way.
the reason you hired me is be." Yeah, but did you design that strategy? No, probably, like, someone that you,
Hmm.
like, reported into you that you probably didn't hire because you were there for 1
Hmm.
year,
Yeah, that's
maybe
true.
came up with
That's
that.
true. That's a fair critique. Um, but I do think that it's not easy. Right? We always have to have empathy for every group and category of worker that we're talking about. It is not easy to
Yeah,
do, and you have to maintain a certain level of flexibility because market forces may dictate and mandate that what you all were all in on and what you thought was the way to go is no longer valid. And so you have
yeah.
to be able to be flexible and pragmatic. But as I said, all of these things are taught in these treaties. So I really wish more of our business leaders were less on the Tony Robbins tip and more on the actual bring vision to life tip.
Yeah.